All right. So we gonna go all the way to Sunday night, 8:20 NBC. I think Al Michaels will still be there. Ravens, Jaguars. Baltimore's a 3.5-point favorite on the road. Block. How does this game play out?
Just got to continue to be, get through these tough matchups. I mean, I think this is, you still got a 49. The rest, everybody know what the rest of it, but this is the biggest game of the season. You win this, and then you win your home games. Take out the 49ers, and you win this, you win your home games. You're number one seed, and I think that's what the Ravens should be playing for. You don't want to have to go anywhere else. In the playoffs, you don't want to have to play in the road in the playoffs. So, talk about a game. I mean, like I said, like we've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. I think Jacksonville is really banged up. Herndon is he's limited. He was limited all week. He's questionable. Their top cornerback. So we don't know if he's going to play. Trevor last week, and he's gotten through whatever, but his mobility is not the same. He's not the same quarterback. He can't get out the pocket the way he wants to. I mean, that was evident last week. I don't know if a week, helped him out more or less. Who knows? But as a high ankle sprain, it ain't healing 2 weeks. You just gotta be able to get off the quarterback. You have to put a lot of pressure on Trevor Lawrence. He get happy feet. He's all over. He's inaccurate when he gets a little bit of pressure. Ravens gotta keep that foot on the pedal. It's supposed to rain a lot. It's supposed to be rainy. You should be able to run a ball on them. But it's gonna be another tough game. They number one in the division. It's a road game. It's prime time. But we got Lamar, and I expect Lamar to be Lamar. I expect him to play well. I expect the Ravens to win. I expect the Ravens to cover that 3.5. You just gotta go down there and flex, man. You really do. It's time. Like I said, like we said last week. Again, like I said last week against the Rams. Like I'm saying now, it's time to to show that you are who you are. It's time to show at this point in the season, everything should be a tune-up. You got a tough schedule coming. You got the 49ers, you got the Dolphins, and then you got the Steelers at home. You got a tough schedule. This is a game you go down there, you take care of business, and the rest of the season, even though you have those matchups, gets a little bit easier for you. So they just need to take care of business. You're the better team. The Ravens are better than the Jaguars. Let's get to that. So you just got to take care of business.
Yeah, this is like the fourth time that Trevor Lawrence has faced the top 8 defense, in the NFL, and he's 0-3 in the previous matchups with losses to the Chiefs, the Browns, and the 49ers. We look at it, Keys alluded to it, the lack of mobility of Trevor Lawrence. He's a sitting duck, so to speak. We lead the league in sacks at 49. Their offensive line is down to their 4th left tackle and their 3rd left guard because of the injury. So we have a supreme advantage on that front. We should be able to get him down to the ground. His lack of mobility should help as well. He last time when we played him in Jacksonville, a place where we historically don't play well, he gassed us through the ground. So we're going to have to keep him in that pocket, keep him contained, and touch him a lot. The Jags defense, they don't get a lot of pressure with their front 4. I think that plays in Lamar's hands. He's going to have a lot of time to throw the ball, a lot of time to get out in the pocket, be mobile. His scrambling rate is up. So less design runs, but his ability to make something out of nothing should be on the display Sunday. The Jags defense just gave up 655 combined yards to 2 backups, Jake Browning and Joe Flacco. So we should be able to carve them up a little bit. And lastly, I mean, the Jags run defense is their most reliable unit, but they haven't played a dual threat in Lamar Jackson in weeks. So again, I think that's something that we can take advantage of as a feather in our cap. We can use Lamar in a multitude of ways. I just don't see how they stick with us in their injured state. Now, mind you, if they had the offensive line, they had Christian Kirk, their top receiver, Trevor Lawrence was healthy, it's a toss-up, right? Because you're going into Jacksonville, they play us competitively down there. I still think it's going to be a close game. I just think too many things are on our side, and you see all these top AFC teams losing. This is our opportunity. We don't want to go anywhere when it comes to January. Come to Baltimore and let's do it. Let's do it from the crib, because you don't want to go to Buffalo. I mean, you've seen the years past. You had to go to Buffalo. You had to play in the cold. You've seen the years past. Miami is not an easy place to play. You don't want to go
back to Miami. You don't want to go back down there. Trust me, you don't want to go.
Not at all. So you got to handle your business. We couldn't ask for a much better setup. So
all them teams losing. You hit it right on the nose. Hell yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna talk about Lamar Jackson. We talked about him on Monday, but he's closing in on career highs. He completed 265 passes for 3127 yards in his MVP season in 2019. I'm sorry. This year, he's already up to 252 completions, 2,900 yards. So with 4 games left, he should definitely amass that. Nick talked about how the Jags have fared against elite defenses. They haven't even surpassed 300 yards against any of those teams. So if we come in and we're able to establish our will defensively, this should be a game we can control on the ground and really just, like he said, put our foot on their neck. But for me, it goes back to last year. You can't play with your food. You were up 2 possessions against this team last year. You let them come back and walk you down in the fourth quarter. So right now it's December football. You got to be able to seize the moment. You got to be able to go out and execute more than anything. And that's really what I'm looking for. You talk about the injuries on that line with Trevor Lawrence, Justin Matabuki. I believe he's going for history or going to tie history this week because he's had a half sack in 10 straight games. So go ahead, get the 11th. That's actually one of the matchups I'm looking at this week is Matabuki first, Brandon Scherf. So if he can dominate that matchup and we win up front, but Trevor Lawrence kind of gimpy, it should really play into the Ravens' hands to win this game. The 3.5 for some reason to me seems generous. It really does because I know what we're capable of going out and doing. You talk about they had Tyson Campbell as well, their corner who's coming off. He's been out like 3 of the last 4 weeks. So I'm looking at the wide receivers. Test him early. Put that hamstring to the test early, and let's see if he can really defend out there. Odell, Zay Flowers, those type guys. So the Jags haven't played well at home this year. They're 2-4 at home. So just an opportunity, another chance to be great, another chance to go out and try to secure home field advantage at the bank. And I really like us in this game. I'm going with I'm going to say it's going to be like 27-19 Ravens.
Yeah. But this is peak on the Jaguars. Like you said, you come in there sloppy, you come in there turning the ball, you come in there with no sense of urgency, they will beat you because they are, they have talent over there. They are well coached. And Pete, don't think for once that Peterson was looking at that Rams tape to see what he can steal. So you just gotta be prepared. Is John Harbaugh gonna have these boys ready to go? I'm glad we got leaders like Roquan, we got leaders like Lamar. They should be ready to go. I feel the sense around the team is that they notice the biggest game. They know they win this. They can pretty much lock up the 1 seed. You win your home games, you lock up the 1 seed.
Yeah, and you talk about coaching. Doug Peterson, he's a Super Bowl winning coach too. You look at how Sean McVay schemed those wide receivers open last week. Doug Peterson can do the same thing. So it's going to be a nice chess match between him and McDonald, and to kind of see if we can get some pressure and not be as soft on those 3rd and longs, because that really killed us last week. Gave up way too many 3rd and longs.
I think the loss of Christian Kirk is understated. I'm going to say this and watch Calvin really have a great game, but he's just way too inconsistent for my liking, especially knowing that he's the top person now. Behind him you have Gimpy, Zay Jones, and you got the rookie who looked all right, but he's still a rookie. I just, gotta
watch out for Ingram. He's gonna be the main go-to.
Yeah, Ingram, but I like our linebackers in that scenario. I like Kyle Hamilton in that scenario, but at the same token, I saw Davis Allen carve us up last week. So hey, right. We'll see. I just, with Calvin Ridley, 13 targets last week, 4 receptions. That's inefficient. Part of that was on Trevor Lawrence not being able to set his feet in the pocket. When you're injured, you kind of you change your mechanics to do what you can do as you're injured. But, obviously he's not 100%. Obviously he's not going to be, as accurate as he probably wants to be. I think that's going to be a big thing. Can we make sure to limit Calvin's opportunities, keep him inefficient, and we should be able to win the game. I do think historically, though, we've seen how we've come out in Jacksonville. Something about that place going back to our old rivalry with Mark Brunell and Jimmy Smith and all them. It's something about that stadium in that area. So
Yo, I saw a wild stat earlier that don't play in our favor, but it said that the Jaguars have overcome a 2-score deficit in the fourth quarter 6 times in franchise history. 4 of them have been against the Ravens.
Get them down 3 scores then. Fuck them.
That's crazy.
I think we can. I definitely think we can send the blitz as far as going in there, starting fast.
You gotta test that ankle early.
Yeah,
ATN is hurt too. He's battling a bad
good.
ribs injury that he's just fighting through to play.
And the thing
guess what?
we talk about, my bad.
No, guess what? We're not coming off of a bye.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we talk about it every
No
Sunday.
excuses to be rusty this week.
ETN is not a physical back. He's not a physical back. So
no, he's very finesse. He don't like contact.
You put hands on him, he's not gonna get that much yards at the contact. He's gonna go down.
Yeah, man. So we get this win. Sco becomes a Ravens fan next week. We all can be in here on Christmas and talking about the 49ers game.
I thought I was going to pick y'all, but I ain't got shit to lose, right?
Oh, wow.
I ain't got shit to lose, right? Everything that y'all said, it could be.
We had
opposite.
1, 2, 3 with the Steelers, Laws. We can't have 1, 2, 3 with the Ravens win.
What's the saying? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, Scott.
Oh, shit.
Throw the bird out with the bathwater. Nah, I'm joking. If Trevor Lawrence was healthy, I would, but the pressure that y'all can get, and he's too fucking hurt. I'm not going to do that. So
how much this game is in Baltimore, and the ankle had to deal with this cold.
Mm-hmm.
Is it supposed to be cold? Fucking around,
Supposed to rain.
Nice day.
I think it's supposed to rain.
It's supposed to rain. Nah, it might rain down there, but nah, he's too hurt. Christian Kirk's gone. 1, 2, 3, go. Did y'all hear that one?
Yeah,
barely.
Okay, ain't no barely.